John Beltran back at Beat Digger Stadium. Dave Urig will join me for the second half as the Beat Diggers trail the Eaton Reds 14-0, but Brush has the football. 2nd down and 9 at the Eaton 14-yard line. Connor Weiser was held in check there in the opening quarter. 5 carries for 11 yards. Beat Diggers have the game's only turnover, a fumble by Eric Garcia, which led to Eaton's second touchdown. Let's see the Beat Diggers can cut this lead in half. In the backfield are Weiser and Garcia. 2nd down and 9 for the Eaton 14-yard line. McConnell's in motion to the left. There is the pitch left to Garcia, stutter stepping, taking it to the outside of the 10-yard line to the 5. He drives towards the end zone, and he's going to be shy of the end zone, but that should be a 1st and goal at the 3. It's a gain of 11 for Eric Garcia, and the Beat Diggers are that much closer after that excellent run on the pitch left. Garcia trying to atone for that fumble early on in the game. Well, now they're going to mark the football at the 4. Either way, Beat Diggers got what they needed there. 1st and goal at the 4. Lee and Weiser in the backfield. The backs are split. Tormolen hands it off to Weiser across the left side, and he drives towards the 2-yard line. Well, he was stacked up by Trent Sieg. I don't think he got the 2, maybe just the 3. A gain of 1 for Weiser. 2nd and goal from the 3, and Eaton's going to make this extremely difficult. At least the Beat Diggers have put together the type of drive they like, a time-consuming one. And they can afford to do that early in the game, even though they're down by 2 scores. Same men in the backfield. 2nd and goal from the 3. Tormolen on the handoff to Weiser right side, and nobody was blocked over there on the right side. A big loss. Darren Foss brings him down at the 6. A loss of 3. He just broke through there. 3rd and goal at the 6. This very well could be and should be a passing situation. And the thing is that Foss was the only player out there. And I think the Beat Diggers are going to call a timeout. Brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland, although the official is pointing towards Eaton's side. So the Beat Diggers could save a timeout and maybe use that one late in the second quarter, trailing by a score 14-0. As the Reds have a 14-yard pass on a 3rd and 13. That's what kills the Beat Diggers, from Jaden Oliarnik to Britton Abbott. And then a 1-yard run by Lincoln Carell. But Brush is trying to counter now. This is the 12th play of the drive. Started at their own 39-yard line. They got down to the 3, but Connor Weiser was just thrown for a 3-yard loss. And you look at his numbers right now, and you really have to tip your hat to this Eaton defense. 7 carries for 10 yards for Weiser. Beat Diggers have got to figure out how to get this ball into the end zone. 3rd and goal when play resumes from the 6-yard line with 10:39 to go before the break. We'll be on the road coming up a week from today in Strasburg against the Indians, a team that the Reds beat last week 28-7, a game that was fairly close for a while until Strasburg just couldn't hold down Eaton in the second half. That's a long discussion by head coach Randy Dreitz and his offensive unit, but they have to get this play right. They've got to get into the end zone now. They have a couple of cracks unless they attempt a field goal on 4th down. But Coach Dreitz does not like to make that an option, especially in a situation like this. 3rd and goal from the 6. Will this be a passing play? Tormolen on the bootleg left, looking for a seam to the outside of the 5, cuts it back towards the end zone, he dives. Touchdown! Touchdown for Mitch Tormolen and the Beat Diggers from 6 yards out. Eaton 14, Brush 6. And what a big play that was in this game. He disguised that football very well, holding it out behind his left hip. On the 12th play of the drive, the Bead Diggers chew up nearly half of a quarter time-wise. We'll recap the drive after we take a break here. But first, the Jesus Cardenas extra point, and this is huge, considering that we anticipate this being a close game, and it's now a close game once again. Eric Garcia to hold. Jesus had his share of extra points last week. It was also a bad snap on the first extra point. High snap there. The kick by Jesus is up, and that one is off to the left. Holy mahungus, he missed a extra point without a rush. 10:33 to go, second quarter. Eaton 14, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 12 plays, 61 yards in 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Mitch Tormolen on 3rd and goal scores in a 6-yard bootleg, but the extra point was wide left. And there was no pressure there on Jesus Cardenas. He just missed it. And the Bead Diggers now trail the Reds by a score of 14-6. Corral and Eckler are back to receive, standing at the 5-yard line. And Jesus boots that football high and deep towards Corral at the 6. Straight ahead to the 10, the 15, cuts it back towards the middle to the 30-yard line. And then the ball might have come loose. Nope, it did not. A return of 25 yards. And Trevor Blake is able to make the hit. So that's where the football will be placed. And the Bead Diggers have got to come big now. Or show up big, I should say, defensively. 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Reds with 10:27 to go in the second quarter. With the Bead Diggers down now by 8. Under center is Jaden Oliarnik. Man in motion to the right is Austin Eckler. Rolling that way is Oliarnik. Stopping, throwing. The pass is tipped and complete. Intended for Eckler at the 37-yard line off his right hand. Now let's see if the Bead Diggers can keep that momentum going just off that one play, because that's been the frustration for Brush so far. Oliarnik's been able to pass effectively. He's 5 out of 7 for 55 yards. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Oliarnik back to throw again. Pressure coming up the middle, throws off his back foot. That's complete across the 35 towards the 39, maybe the 40. 1 yard short of a first down. Ethan Brost was there. The reception was made by the huge tight end Darren Foss. 3rd down and 1 to go for the Eaton Reds. And Foss has 4 receptions for 34 yards. That's why you cannot allow a big gain like that. How about this? 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the left and 3 to the right, I should say. Quarterback sneak. That's an easy first down for Oliarnik across the 40 to the 41. It's a gain of 2. One on a fairly quick snap there, but the Bead Diggers weren't going to stop that play, considering that Oliarnik just went behind his offensive line. At least stop it shy of a first down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 41. With 9:36 to go, second quarter. Eaton 14, Brush 6. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. Eaton has scored on their first 2 drives. 1st and 10 from the 41. Man in motion to the right is Corral. Back to throw. Pumping now is Oliarnik. Deep down the middle. It's caught. First down by Merritt at the 25. Right sideline. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Holy mahungus. 59 yards from Jaden Oliarnik to Britton Abbott. Correction. Britton Abbott makes the catch. And the Reds now lead 20-6. Well, that is a stunner. And he was open. Abbott scores for the 2nd time in the game. Here comes Sean Early for the extra point. And that was very quick. Eaton countered extremely quick off the Bead Digger score. Awaiting the snap is Corral. It's a little bit high. The kick is up. That looks good from here, and it's right down the middle. In fact, 9:13 to go before halftime. Eaton 21, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 4 plays, 70 yards in a minute, 14 seconds. Jaden Oliarnik on a 59-yard pass to Britton Abbott, their second connection of the game for a score. And the Reds now lead the Beat Diggers 21-6. Brush is getting worked over on defense. Looks like we have a new kicker in there for the Reds. Trey Stevens. Early's been booting it very short. Stevens will just squib it, and it's pounced upon at the 38-yard line by a Beat Digger. And that is Sean McConnell. So once again, Brush has very good field position. They don't want to kick it off to Garcia. Now the Beat Diggers can take up some time and score again. They do receive the second half kickoff. That's what you have to look forward to at this point. Officially, the mark will be at the 37. So 1st and 10 for Brush. But because the defense cannot stop the Eaton offense, which is 3 for 3 on scoring drives, this puts all the pressure on the Beat Digger offense. 3 receivers out to the left. The lone setback is Connor Weiser. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Tormolen, quick drop, out in the left flat. It's off the left hand of Garcia, incomplete. 2nd down. And 10 to go, and Tormolen so far 2 out of 4 for 24 yards, and Garcia's been held in check. He has not caught a pass yet, and he is a huge offensive threat. Beat Diggers don't always throw on 1st down. They did there, and they've got a couple of downs to operate with, but with this good field position, they want to at least move that ball into Eaton territory at the very least. Again, 3 receivers out to the left, same formation. 2nd down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Tormolen back to throw, a deeper drop, looking, throwing out towards the middle. The pass is caught. 1st down to Vince Albo, and he's down inside the 40-yard line and actually right there. A gain of 23 and a Beat Digger 1st down on that nice slant from Tormolen to Albo. They needed that badly. The Beat Diggers tonight need every play badly. John Beltran back at Beat Digger Stadium. We apologize. We've had some electricity issues inside the press box, but hopefully we have everything solved. The Beat Diggers ran 3 plays there before we went off. A 14-yard pass on a screen out to the left from Mitch Tormolen to Randy Baker, and then 9 and 6-yard runs by Connor Weiser. So the Beat Diggers have the football, 1st down and 10 from the Eaton 11. 8:16 to go, 2nd quarter, and trailing 21-6. Tormolen rolling to his right, looking to throw, setting up, and he's going to be sacked. Oh, you can't take that one back at the 19-yard line. But Tormolen was sacked over there by Robert Anders, the 6'5", 190-pound linebacker. They'll backtrack the football. They'll actually give him some forward momentum to the 17. So it's a loss of 6. Actually, it's loss of close to 7, they say, but either way, it's going to be 2nd down and about 16 to go. That ball's at the 17-yard line. The Beat Diggers might be able to get a 1st down inside the 1 with a back split. Tormolen rolling to his right, pressure coming, screen out to the left, caught by Weiser at the 15-yard line along the left sideline, and he drives towards the 10 and maybe at the 5-yard line is Connor Weiser as he just kept going on an excellent play call. That's a gain of close to 11 if the ball is placed to the 5 by the official, and that'll be 3rd down and just over 4 yards to go. Well, the Beat Diggers let everybody come through there, and that's the way to do it on a screenplay. And Weiser was the recipient to that pass. 3rd down and 4 to go for the 5. This is 4-down territory for the Beat Diggers, down 21-6 with 7:17 to go before the break. Blake, Garcia, and Albo are the receivers to the right. 3rd down and 4 for the 5. Handoff to Weiser, left side. He drives towards the goal line. Is he in? And he is in for a touchdown. Touchdown for Connor Weiser from 5 yards out. The Beat Diggers answer Eaton's touchdown. It's Eaton 21, Brush 12 as Weiser scores for the 8th time this year. So now the all-important 2-point conversion maybe after the missed extra point the first time around. And I think that's what we're going to see. Yeah, the Bee Diggers will go for 2. And let's see how they'll set up this formation. Weiser in the backfield with Lee. This will be a 2-point conversion for the Bee Diggers to draw to within 7. Backs split. Tormolen handoff to Weiser left side. He drives towards the goal line. I think he's in. He's in! He scores on the 2-point conversion. 7:12 to go, second quarter. Eaton 21, Brush 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 8 plays, 63 yards in a minute and 59 seconds. Connor Weiser scores from 5 yards out. Then Weiser runs in the 2-point conversion. And the Bee Diggers now trail the Reds by only 7 at 21-14. Forget about this being a low-scoring affair. The Reds have allowed 27 points going into this game. They've now given up 14. But can the Bee Diggers stop this Eaton offense? That's the question. The answer so far is a resounding no. Eckler and Corral once again back to receive. Jesus Cardenas boots that football, and he's going to onside it. It's loose, and it's loose at the 50-yard line, but I think the Reds kept it right there. It was loose for a second, but a Red fell on it at the 50-yard line on the onside kick. And it was Riley Jones, a sophomore, as Jesus bounced it to the left side of the field, and there was a shot for the Bee Diggers. But now the Reds have a short field to work with. And the Bee Diggers have got to figure something out defensively. And there's still plenty of time. 7:10 to go before the break. 1st and 10 for the Reds. Eckler and Corral remain in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Oliarnik back to throw, looking left over the middle. The pass is going to be caught by Darren Foss, and he's going to be held up at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7 as Trevor Blake made the tackle, but that Oliarnik to Foss combination has been very effective. It's 2nd down and 3. Foss now with 5 receptions for 37 yards. And Oliarnik is 8 out of 10 so far for 130 yards. The Bee Diggers take their first time out. We'll take it with them. 6:50 to go, second quarter. Eaton 21, Brush 14. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Bee Digger Stadium, where the Eaton Reds lead the Brush Bee Diggers 21-14. 2nd down and 3 for Eaton at the Brush 43. They've had the football 3 times and scored all 3. The Bee Diggers committed a turnover on their first drive. Then they've scored on subsequent drives, but that's the difference so far. On 2nd down and 3 from the 43 of Brush. Under center, Oliarnik will hand it off on the right side, and maybe nothing right there, but squeezing his way for a yard is Lincoln Corral. Felix Calderon made the initial hit, but they couldn't hold him up at the 43. He did get to the 42 for a gain of 1. 3rd down and 2 to go for the Reds. Corral has 4 carries for 9 yards, but he does have a touchdown. And this more than likely is going to be 4-down territory, considering how well the Reds have moved the ball. 1 setback, that's Eckler. 2 receivers to the left on 3rd down and 2. Corral will reset, handoff Eckler. 1st down across the right side. He tumbles his way inside the 40 to the 38, a gain of 4. Connor Weiser made the initial hit. Ethan Brost also in there on the play. But another effective gain for the Reds as they continue this drive, approaching the 6-minute mark of the second. I'm John Beltran. Dave Urig will join me for half number 2. In this shootout, Eaton leads Brush 21-14. The Bee Digger defense has not been able to figure out this Eaton offense. 2 receivers split each side. 1st and 10 from the Bee Digger 38-yard line. Corral's the lone setback. Foss in motion to the left. Back to throw is Oliarnik. Rolling to his right. No pressure. Throws over the middle. The pass is caught wide open. Inside the 15 to the 10-yard line. Along the left sideline to the 5. That's a touchdown. That's an easy score from 38 yards away. And the touchdown goes to Reed Merritt. 4 for 4 is Eaton on these drives. A wide open was Reed Merritt. And that was another quick drive, a minute and a half. Sean Early will now attempt the extra point. This Beat Digger defense is being shredded. Corral to hold. It's down. The kick is up. And that kick is good. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go, second quarter. Eaton 28, Brush 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers took a risk and it did not pay off. On an onside kick following a touchdown. Reds need 90 seconds to score. 4-play, 50-yard drive. 38-yard pass from Jared Oliarnik to Reed Merritt. His third touchdown pass of the game. The other two went to Britton Abbott. Will this be another short kickoff by Trey Stevens? This will be squibbed, and it'll be fielded by Carrillo, it looks like. Carlos Carrillo at the 49-yard line of Eaton. So Brush has great field position. Yeah, Eaton is not going to kick off deep. But all they're doing, they're showing a complete lack of confidence in their special teams and relying on their defense to stop the Brush offense with a short field. So that'll be first down at the 49-yard line of the Reds. What the Beat Diggers need to do is score and leave the Reds little time and then receive the second half kickoff because the defense cannot stop them. First and 10 at the 49-yard line of Eaton. Tormolin on the handoff to Weiser running left as he bowls his way towards the 45-yard line. Might have gotten the 44. Trent C. got a piece of the ball carrier. Officially, it'll be a gain of 4. Second down and 6. Weiser now running the football a little bit better. His last 4 carries have gone for 24 yards. His first 7 went for 6 yards. Massive improvement. Second down and 6 for the Beat Diggers at the 45-yard line of the Reds. Weiser is the lone setback. He's the workhorse tonight. Play action. Looking to throw Tormolin deep over the middle. Pass is caught. That's a first down and spinning inside the 25. Make it the 30-yard line to the 26 perhaps is Trevor Blake. They'll place it at the 27. It's a gain of 19 and a Beat Digger first down. Tormolin to Blake has worked again tonight. An excellent combination for the Beat Diggers. 2 catches for 35 yards for Trevor Blake with a football at the 27. 2 receivers out to the right. Handoff to Weiser running left inside the 25. He fumbles the football. It's loose. It's still loose, and I think the Reds are going to have it right there, and they do. Connor Weiser rarely fumbles the football, but he got stripped there, and the Reds have come up with another turnover. The Beat Diggers have fumbled it away twice. First and 10 at their own 25 with 4:40 to go before the break, and Eaton leading Brush 28-14. Wow. Oh, that certainly hurts big time. Could the Beat Diggers actually fall behind by 3 scores? I mean, they need halftime as quickly as possible because they need to make some adjustments. First and 10 for the Reds at their own 25-yard line. The backs are split. In motion to the right is Correll. There's the pitch right to Eckler. He's got a seam to the outside across the 25 to the 30 and then driven down and out of bounds towards the 31-yard line. Sean McConnell was over there to make the play along with Ethan Brost. Looks like it'll be a gain of 5 to the 30 by Austin Eckler. And second down and 5, and the better thing for Eaton. They actually stopped the clock by going out of bounds. 48 yards on 8 carries for Austin Eckler. Second down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Eaton 28, Brush 14. 4.5 to go in the second. Man in motion to the left. And there's the option, and taking it himself is Oliarnik. He dives across the 30 towards the 33. He'll pick up 3 yards. Felix Calderon and Ethan Brost in on the play. But again, 3rd and short. It's only a 3rd and 2 after the 3-yard pickup by the Eaton quarterback, who has really not made a mistake in this game. 3 carries for 13 yards, 3 touchdown passes. And he's thrown for, unofficially, about 175 yards. We'll tabulate it at halftime. And that's in one half, and we're still 3 minutes and 53 seconds away from ending it. 3rd and 2 at the 33. Oliarnik on the handoff to Eckler. He's hit in the backfield, and he's down. A loss of 1. Great penetration by Maverick Seawald. Eckler loses a yard. That's the play the Beat Diggers needed on defense. 4th down and 3 from the 32. Is Eaton going to go for it here? They're going to call a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3:24 to go. And the Beat Diggers trailing 28-14. Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan. Would they be willing to take a big risk here and go for it on 4th and 3 from their own 32-yard line, leading by 2 touchdowns? It's hard to deliver a knockout punch in the opening half, but the Reds, if they don't punt, are looking to do that. The problem is if the Beat Diggers stop them, they've got a short field. They can cut it to 7, then receive the second half kickoff and perhaps tie this game. So a big decision for head coach Bill Mont. They will punt. Austin Eckler, who faked it 1 year ago. Let's keep that in mind. You got to watch out for a fake. He had a big fake a year ago. Eric Garcia standing at his own 34. The Beat Diggers better watch that ball and not jump offside. Perfect snap, and he's going to take off with a football. Running left, Eckler, first down across the left sideline. Still on his feet to the 50-yard line, and Trevor Blake brings him down inside the 35 to the 34. I mean, that happened a year ago, and it happens again. It's a gain of 34 yards for Austin Eckler and a first down. And if that surprised anybody, then somebody did not do their homework, because he pulled that off last year. They'll backtrack the football at the 35-yard line. And like I said, they are looking for the knockout punch right now. 1st and 10 for the Reds at the Beat Digger 35-yard line. Plenty of time to go in the opening half. 3:10 to go. Eckler's in motion to the left from the 35. Back to throw. Oliernik deep up the left sideline. Out there, Eckler. He's got it. And that is dropped. Oh, he dropped it in the end zone. He had it in his hands and fell to the ground, and the ball came out. Brett Bostrom on the coverage. The Beat Diggers breathe a sigh of relief. 2nd down and 10 from the 35. A perfect pass from Oliarnik. He is 9 out of 12 in the game. Only one bad pass is Oliarnik thrown. From the 35, the Beat Diggers have got to pressure the quarterback as well. The backs are splitting. They've got to do better on 2nd down. And 10. There's the handoff to Eckler right up the gut. He's got a yard. That's it. They did better on 2nd down. To the 34-yard line, Ethan Brost. And Maverick Seawald to make the play on Austin Eckler. Well, now they've got to do it on 3rd and 4th downs, because this is 4-down territory for the Reds. Leading 28-14 with 2:34 to go before the break. This is 10-10 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley. I'm John Beltran. The Beat Diggers are looking to extend their record to 7-0, but they trail right now. 3rd and 9 for Eaton at the Beat Digger 34. Play action. Option right for Oliarnik. He'll take off with the football inside the 30. Spins to the 27. Sean McConnell made the play, but that's too many yards if you're a Beat Digger. A gain of 7 for Oliarnik. That's going to be 4th and 2. Another big play, and you know that they're going to go for it. Carlos Carrillo checks into the game for Sean McConnell. 1:49 to go before the break. 4th 2 to go for Eaton at the Beat Digger 27. Naked backfield. Under center, Oliarnik. Quarterback sneak, and he plunges towards the 25-yard line. This is going to be very close. From this vantage point, I think he's got it. That's a gain of 2 for Oliarnik, but I believe he's got that first down. Judging by where the sticks are, if they bring it out, yeah, I think he's got this first down. It's going to be very close, but on the right side of the field is where it's going to be measured. But the nose of the football is almost on the 25-yard line. This should be a first down when they stretch the sticks. And that is going to be a first down for the Reds with 1:33 to go before the break. And if they score here, the Beat Diggers have got to come up with a game plan on defense at halftime. They did stop the Reds. It was a 4th down and 3 at their own 32, but Austin Eckler on the fake punt took off with the football and picked up 33 yards along the left sideline. The Reds have scored in their first 4 possessions and are looking to make it 5 for 5. Your one-stop center for projects around your home office or yard is Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. The backs are split for the Beat Digger 25. 1st and 10, clock running, 1:15 to go. And here is the end around. No, it's going to be the end around to Merritt. And Kyle Rosenbrock is there. He's going to throw him down. Nice fake on one end, but Rosenbrock was not fooled, and he's thrown for a loss to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 6. Excellent play by Kyle Rosenbrock on that end around to Reed Merritt. Timeout is called by the Reds with 1:03 to go. It'll be 2nd down and 16, but you go back to the very first drive when Eaton had a 1st and 21, then a 3rd and 13 from the Beat Digger 14. Not only did they pick up the first down, they picked up the touchdown. And it seems the Beat Diggers defensively cannot put together 3 or even 4 good plays in a row. And they're going to have to try and do it right now. It was Eaton that handed Brush their only Patriot League loss of last season, but the Beat Diggers ended up winning the league and getting to the championship game. So that's the only good omen should Eaton be able to beat Brush tonight, is that the Beat Diggers can repeat in the playoffs this year what they did last year. 2nd down and 16 from the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. You've got to watch out for that tight end, Darren Foss. This guy's been unstoppable. Lined up on the left. The backs are split. On 2nd down, Oliarnik will hand it off to Eckler, taking it to the left sideline, inside the 25 to the 20, and then he runs out of bounds inside the 20 towards the 18. There were no Beat Diggers there. The blocking was very good. Let's see if they give him the 17 perhaps. But it's going to be a double-digit gain for Austin Eckler on that 2nd and 18. It's a pickup of 13. 3rd down and 3 from the 18-yard line. Eckler has torn it up on this drive. On 3rd and 3, man in motion to the right. There's the pitch right to Eckler, swinging it to the outside. He is going to break a tackle at the 18. 1st down inside the 15, and there is a flag down, and he's out of bounds at the 12. Let's see what that penalty flag's all about. Brett Bostrom made the play. It's a gain of 6. I don't think it was a face mask. I think it was a penalty against the Reds. And this will be a block in the back against Eaton. The Beat Diggers needed that in the worst way with 46 seconds to go. So that 6-yard gain is coming back by Austin Eckler. However, the Reds put themselves in a bad position before, and they did pick up a first down. Well, it's from the foul, so the football will be at the 25. So now it's going to be a 3rd down and close to 10. Just inside the Beat Digger 25. Again, 46 seconds to go. Shotgun formation for Oliarnik. 3 receivers to the left. Back to throw. Looking. Pressure coming up the middle. Rolling to his right. Flag is down. The pass is complete at the 10-yard line to Merritt. Cuts it back inside towards the 9. But that one looks like it's going to come back as well. That would be a pickup of 15 yards. and that will be holding against Eaton. If the B-Diggers can keep this at a 2-touchdown game going into the locker room, then, things are looking up for Brush. Eaton right now is shooting themselves in the foot. So, looks like it's going to be 3rd and perhaps 20 or even more than that. The mark to make is the 15-yard line. The football will be placed at the 38, 3rd and 23. Well, the B-Diggers can't stop them here. They're not going to win this game. You got to stop them now. 3rd and 23, 37 seconds to go. 2 receivers split each side. The lone setback is Eckler. And the clock is rolling. 33 seconds to go. Under center this time is Oliarnik. And he is back to throw. A deep drop. Looking, still looking. Rolling to his right. No pressure. Now stepping up. Throwing deep down the sideline out of bounds. Intended along the sideline for Reed Merritt at the 15-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Thank goodness this guy finally threw an incompletion. That's only the 4th incompletion in 13 passes. But if you're the Reds here, you have one of 2 options. Either you can just go for it on 4th and 23 and throw it deep over the middle. And on that first touchdown, Britton Abbott just out-jumped Eric Garcia. And it wasn't Garcia's fault. He was in position, but he got out-jumped by a receiver at 6'1". Garcia gives up a few inches to him. 4th and 23 from the B-Digger 38-yard line. The Reds will go for it with 24 seconds to go. In motion to the right is Corral. Back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Setting up a screen. Pass is nearly picked off by Rosenbrock. He read it perfectly. Intended for Eckler. Incomplete. B-Digger football. Had he caught that pass, I don't know if he would have gone all the way, but he had a chance to pick up some yards. So the B-Diggers have the ball at their own 38-yard line. What do they do with 19 seconds to go? Brush has committed the game's only 2 turnovers. I know the B-Diggers have, I believe, only 1 timeout remaining. That's another obstacle in this game. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety, the Brush Grocery Cart. 1st and 10 for the B-Diggers, that is, at their own 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. The lone setback is Rose. John Beltran back at B-Digger Stadium as the B-Diggers ran 2 plays just before the half. An incomplete pass from Mitch Tormolen to Randy Baker up the left sideline as he was throwing it deep up that left sideline. Then on 2nd down and 10, Tormolen was sacked, a loss of 8. And that ends the opening half. It's been the Eaton Reds taking care of the Brush B-Diggers so far. With the score at the break, Eaton 28, Brush 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.